So I had to get a little thing because my shirt in that last video, it says earn it. And that's like one of the biggest lies out there. You can't earn. It's not by your works. It's not by you deserving anything. No, it's faith alone in Jesus Christ alone, his works. So I have this. Oh, I'm going to cover it up. Here I am. Oh no, I need to write it like backwards or something so you can actually read it, huh? So that's not going to work. But, no, I can't even play with the phone and get it to do right. I left you with Jesus wept. Jesus wept. Oh, man. Groaning in spirit. In spirit, not flesh. In spirit. He groaned in spirit. I'm going to share the rest of it for you. But as always, please get into the Word, His Word, for yourself. Then said the Jews, Behold, how he loved him! And some of them said, Could not this man, which opened the eyes of the blind, have caused that even this man should not have died? That's 3 times he's questioned. Three times that same thing is repeated. Jesus, therefore, again, groaning in himself, cometh to the grave. It was a cave, and a stone lay upon it. Jesus said, Take ye away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, saith unto him, Lord, by this time he stinketh, for he has been dead 4 days. Jesus saith unto her, Said I not unto thee, that if thou wouldest believe, thou shouldest see the glory of God? Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. And Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me, and I knew that thou hearest me always. But because of the people which stand by, I said it, that if they may believe that thou hast sent me. And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave cloths, and his face was bound about him with a napkin. Jesus saith unto them, Loose him, and let him go. Then many of the Jews which came to Mary, and had seen the things which Jesus did, believed on him. But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees, and told them what things Jesus had done. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council, and said, What do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. And one of them named Caiaphas, being the high priest of the same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expectant for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus should die for that nation. and not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad. Then from that day forth they took counsel together for to put him to death. Jesus therefore walked no more openly among the Jews, but went thence unto the country near to the wilderness, into a city called Ephraim, and there continued with his disciples. And the Jews' Passover was nigh at hand, and many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves. Then sought they for Jesus, and spake among themselves, as they stood in the temple, What think ye, that he will not come to the feast? Now both the chief priests and Pharisees had given a commandment, that if any man knew where he were, he should show it, that they might take him. That is John chapter 11. There's so many things there. I hope you have ears that will hear. In complete darkness, lived many years with my own understanding, not in his word for myself. So many things I can share personally. In complete darkness, mind, many strokes in 2011, plus the PTSD, the depression, the anxiety. There was so much fear in the world. Fear of the world. Fear of people. Fear of falling out of my bathtub. I had to call Rodney to help me out of the bathtub because I was afraid of falling. We have a fire, a flood. I lose my mother. She passes away, but the Lord blessed, and I was able to see her before. We didn't have a vehicle that would make it there, but the truck died. So, and we had already spent almost, I don't even remember the amount, but we spent so much money on the truck to get fixed, and then the same thing happened, and it died again. And they wouldn't fix it. They said it wasn't their problem. But it was the exact same thing that went out. Ronnie went and traded it in, got a car, a brand new car. I was able to make it to see my mom one last time here on earth. She gave me two things. Well, she gave me many things, but the Lord, through her, I was given Jacob, her dog, who I watched the cancer just... Jacob's trouble. And an eagle. Isaiah 40. This one. The kitty's on it. Kitty is bad. Kitty likes to eat my Bible. Isn't that right, Fido? comfort ye, my people, saith your God. Speak ye comfortable to Jerusalem, and cry unto her, that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. For she hath received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain and hill shall be made low, and the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough places plain. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. The voice said, Cry. And he said, What shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the goodliness thereof is as the flower of the field. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, because the Spirit of the Lord bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever. O Zion, that bringeth good tidings, get thee up into the high mountain. O Jerusalem, that bringeth good tidings, lift up thy voice with strength. Lift it up, be not afraid. Say unto the cities of Judah, Behold your God. Behold, the Lord God will come with strong hand, and his arms shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. Who hath measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, and meted out heaven with the span, and comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in scales, and the hills in a balance? Who hath directed the Spirit of the Lord, or being his counselor, hath taught him? With whom took he counsel, and who instructed him, and taught him in the path of judgment, and taught him knowledge, and showed to him the way of understanding? Behold, the nation are as a drop of a bucket, and accounted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing, and Livian is not sufficient to burn, nor the beasts thereof sufficient for burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing, and vanity. To whom then will ye liken God? Or what likeness will ye compare unto him? The workman melted the graven image, and the goldsmith spreaded it over with gold, and casted silver chains. He that is so impoverished that he hath no oblation, chooseth a tree that will not rot. He seeketh unto him a cunning workman to prepare a graven image that shall not be moved. Have ye not known? Have ye not heard? Hath it not been told you from the beginning? Have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in, that bringeth the princes to nothing. He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity. Yea, they shall not be planted, yea, they shall not be sown, yea, their stalk shall not take root in the earth. And he shall also blow upon them, and they shall wither, and the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble. To whom then will ye liken me, or shall I be equal, saith the Holy One? Lift up your eyes on high, and behold, who hath created these things, that bringeth out their hosts by number? He calleth them all by names, by greatness of his might. For that he is strong in power, not one faileth. Why sayest thou, O Jacob, and speakest, O Israel? My way is hid from the Lord, and my judgment is passed over from my God. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard? That the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary? There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. All for the glory of God. Have a great, beautiful evening in Jesus Christ. Get into the Word for yourself. There's so many lies and deception coming, and it's so getting quickly distorted and confusing. And people, some of you, the ones that are seeing, the ones that are asking what is going on, bring it to the Lord. Get into his word for yourself. Stop putting hope, trust in man. In 2018, I was in complete darkness. Mind, heart, body. My body was gone. I could barely walk. It felt like I was walking on glass. I could barely make it to my mailbox without running out of breath. I was scared to get out of my shower. I was scared of the world. I was scared of people. And in that darkness, I cried out. I'm not strong enough. And I heard, I am. And I knew in that moment who